Anita, your favorite diva, and I'm back. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let the diva know you stopped by. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. If this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back, Diva Squad. So I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It knew what it was, and it delivered just that. I'm doing a trailer reaction, and Leon on Anita the Diva's channel.
Hey, you guys, what's up? What is going on? We are live. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear and see me? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you watching from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back for Dexter Resurrection. And I will not be here by myself. I will be here with my esteemed co-hosts, and I'll be bringing them up very shortly. So go ahead, get your little water for me, but get what you want to drink, and we're gonna get into it. Come on. Hey Rashonda. Hey Vegas. We're gonna get our girl Tamika from Tamika's Den up in here. Let me see. Let's get us in here where we look like we doing something, girl. What we doing? Hey
Hey
Tamika.
Nita, hey Nita, hey everybody, what's going on?
What is going on, y'all? Let us know in the comments. Let us know if you can hear us. Okay. I see a lot of people from Moochie's channel.
Hey,
Ooh,
Okay.
shoot,
Tamika.
sorry.
Hey, Anita.
That's okay, honey. It's all right. Yes, y'all go ahead. Moochie will be in the building a little bit later. She is running a little bit late, y'all. Y'all know life be life. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. We're not gonna be here for a long time, just a good time, y'all. Did y'all enjoy episode 3? I
hmm
absolutely enjoyed episode 3. I said now we're cooking with grease, okay? We are cooking with grease. I hope y'all can't hear this fan blowing in my face, girl. But yeah, so no, I think the next episode is really gonna be tea. That's the next episode is gonna be really where it's gonna pop, and it's really gonna, get us where we really wanna be. But this is really serving it up, and I'm really, really excited. Tamika, how did you feel about the overall episode before we get into it?
Yeah, I liked it. I just felt like certain things I didn't think we was gonna get to this fast. I said, "Oh, they moving along," and we was talking about kind of having a slow cook, slow burn. It was one thing
Right.
I didn't have on my bingo card, but it was like two things that I predicted that I was like, "Okay, I was right. We going there."
Yes.
So it was definitely interesting.
Okay,
Hmm
okay, yes, definitely, definitely. So, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I have the same sentiments, and we're gonna go ahead and just jump on in. We're not gonna hold you too long. Let's see what we can get you. We're gonna put us in a different little format. See where we are. Okay, we're gonna be here. We're gonna start out. The name of the episode is Backseat Driver, y'all. So, I like the new editing that they're doing with the episode. They're doing like a lot of cut flash cuts and the backseat driver. I like the edits. It feels a little bit more
hmm
stylish and stuff like that. So we have backseat driver, and yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And the first scene starts out with Dexter becoming a Uber driver, right? So he's here, he's doing his your share driver thing, and he does not know the ropes at all. His little friend just jumped him in there, and where he jumped himself in there, and he just jumped in there blind, thinking all he gotta do is just drive these people from point A to point B, and
hmm
it's a lot more. It's a lot more to that. So Tamika, let's go into this scene and talk about it.
Yeah, this is interesting because when you a driver, sometimes sometimes they could talk too much. We talked about that last week too, but you kind of interact with the people. You also got to know the streets. I mean, we got of course the maps that could tell us where to go to, but it's good to kind of have an idea and know the whereabouts and also be a people person. And that's not Dexter. One, he just getting to New York. Two, this is not usually his lane. This is a completely different lane. I was thinking about that because I was like, before he could kind of maneuver because he had the intel and the inside of being with the police, and now this
Right.
is a completely opposite
Mm,
job. And so, you know, how you gonna do with picking up the people, interacting with the people, getting the people to where they need to be. He don't give a damn about all that. He's not a friendly person like what is
right.
the guy name? I don't forgot.
Blessings, blessings.
Blessings, yeah, complete opposite of Blessings. Blessings is too friendly. and,
Exactly.
and you know, Dexter's an introvert, so yeah, it's funny to see that dynamic and see how he was gonna maneuver through. But he usually know how to
Yeah.
disguise himself, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel like he's a little rusty right now, but
Yeah.
he's gonna get it together. He's gonna get it
Mm-hmm.
together. Now, what I did find very interesting in this scene is that they kept showing cameras, cameras, cameras,
Yes.
cameras. They was showing him. He was like, "Okay, the camera is checking me out here." And next
Mm-hmm.
thing you know, Blessings is talking through the ring camera. Baby, I don't
Yes.
know if this is a foreshadowing or not, but baby, I'm just gonna let you know we're gonna put a pin in them cameras, and
Mm-hmm.
whoever not that's gonna have something to
Yeah, and that's definitely real because there's a lot of cameras around New York, and they have added a lot just in my neighborhood alone. I could imagine what it's like downtown Manhattan and
ex-
everywhere else. Hmm.
exactly, exactly. And then Blessings found out that he got a 4.2 girl. God forbid you get anything less than a 5 as an Uber driver. That is a cardinal sin, child. He said, "Oh Lord, don't take no more drivers. You know,
Mm-mm.
I got to give you the course. You got to get the crash
Right.
course and all that good stuff or whatever." So we get introduced into that, and I do have a question, and hopefully Moochie will be here for that question because
Mm-hmm.
I think that they are setting us up for something with this whole blessings, this whole family dynamic, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all we gonna ask the questions. We definitely gonna get into some theories, some predictions and stuff like that, so y'all stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while Dexter is having, like, he is getting fully submersed in his whole Dexter reemergence, so to
Mm-hmm.
say, Harrison is having a totally different experience, baby. When I tell you he is having the worst day of his life, that
Mm-hmm.
detective is on his ass.
Yeah.
That detective, yes, that detective is on his ass. And baby, when I tell you, every time she was sitting up there talking to him, he looked like he wanted to throw up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this it was surprising but not surprising because we talked about last week. She seemed like she on it, like she really has an insight to how people that do these taking outs, how they work and maneuver. She catching on the stuff quick. She, we kind of seen that she had the same thought process as Dexter the next one, but I still was like, well, damn, like she really already on him, already kind of got all the stuff and reading him down and telling him what's
Yes,
going on. And because at first I was like, the only way he mess up is if he mess up himself. I mean, it's still, even though she's smart and she pretty much got it down to the T, how it went down is like it's still circumstantial. She still can't prove it, but it was like, damn, she on him.
she
She
got it.
definitely, yeah.
Yes. Yes, and what I found to me that she kind of laid all her cards out on the table a little too fast for me. Now that's just
Yeah.
me. I don't know. How did you feel about that? I mean, we haven't really got there yet, but
Mm-hmm.
the way she kind of played that thing out and put the scenario out there, it felt like she really kind of like, girl, why are you putting your whole deck out here for him to know what the hell is going on? So,
Right.
did you find something strange about that?
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it to be that fast. And it kind of makes me question her and how she maneuvers too. I don't know if it's more to her. I didn't really know what to read about that, but like I said, she didn't waste no time. I was like, oh damn, we already going there.
Right,
Like,
right. Now, because he is a youngling, do you think that she is underestimating him, or do you think that she just thinks she's smarter than him? Like like I don't know. Like we're just throwing out some things or whatever. So I'm like, maybe it's a
Yeah, it could be a
underestimation.
mixture. It could be a mixture where she feel like he young and he, not that experienced, and she could kind of back him in the corner, make him nervous, and then he just was gonna spill the beans to her, especially when he's sitting there with that goofy look on his face.
Exactly. 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 Okay, so we see Dexter. He shows up at Blessing's house again for dinner. I don't know who is extending the invitation. I don't know if he's just walking in. I don't know if it's just a
Yeah,
every.
this seemed like if he was just stopping by. I can't remember
Yeah,
what he was stopping by to say, but then it was like, since you here, you might as well sit down and eat with us. Blessings, he always seemed like he's so excited to see Dexter, and he like, we got more than enough food. They always want to feed him. But Mama ain't playing. Okay, Mama ain't as friendly as Blessings.
exactly. Background check in someone. Okay, we do background checks on all of our tenants, baby. So he was like, "Hello."
I know that's
His face
right.
was looking like all the blood just kind of flushed out of
hmm
there. He was like, oh, "Okay." But through that whole revelation, she provided him a copy because, of course, there was nothing really kind of fishy. It was only just like a 10-year
Yeah.
gap. And she just
hmm
questioned him about that. And so we know that there wasn't really anything really on the radar. So he was like, can I get a copy of that? And she was like,
hmm
$75. He was like, oh, okay, this might be able,
Right.
let me see if I can find something out on our dark passenger. So he took that, of course, and of course the daughter, Blessing's daughter, they are having some issues because her husband is going to grad school, and he's kind of choosing to kind of move away. And like
hmm
when you're in a marriage, just leave and cleave and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. And Blessings is having a hard time with it. The daughter seems like she's having a hard time with it. And yeah, so that seems to be a little point of contention, and we'll see how that develops along the way.
hmm
So yeah, so we get here and he looks him up. Of course, Dexter does what he do. He gets on it. He don't leave no stone unturned. We get into it. So he goes and we see. Okay, so I remember, Tamika, I felt like I was a little confused last week because I thought that the apartment belonged to the person that Uma Thurman, Charlie, that
hmm
character. You remember she unalived him with that baseball bat with the thing, the
hmm
naked bat, and I thought that was his apartment. However,
Yeah.
right. So now I kind of got some clarity. So I
hmm
think I was a little mixed up. I don't know if I mixed anybody else up, but I was a little mixed up on that. So I'm glad we got some clarity on
Yeah,
that.
because that's what I was saying last week. I felt like we know Dexter does his investigative work anyway. And since he was already pissed off and saying, oh no, we can't have two dark passengers, there can only be one. I figured he was going to end up finding him. I didn't know it was going to be because of this, looking up the background check
Mhm.
and all of that. But he would retrace the steps and pretty much go through the same thing that Charlie did and then find all the info. But I thought he was going to find like the invitation and stuff during this part. He didn't. That came later. But I was close. I was on it as far
Yeah.
as him kind of retracing the steps. And
Right. Right.
hmm
Yeah, I like the way that came together. That was pretty smart there. So, just like any other person that has the mind of a S unaliver,
hmm
he goes into the place, he uses the background check information, puts the stuff in. He didn't have that cool little
yeah, the gadgets that
gadget.
she had. Yeah.
Right. So he's going by what he found on the background check. He was able to uncover that it was his birthday backwards. So the
hmm
first time it was wrong, the second time it was right. So he goes in there, his father is talking to him, Harry's talking to him, telling him to think about things, and his father keeps trying to re-guide him towards Harrison because he kind of lost the plot.
Yes.
Like Dexter
hmm
is on his own thing. So
hmm
his father keeps trying to redirect him, talking about, your son needs you and this and that and that. And child, I felt like Dexter was having deja vu when it was just him by himself and he was alone. So you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It was good. So he goes in there, he retraces the steps, he finds the thing up in the ceiling, and he ends up cutting himself on that M weapon that is upstairs. I mean, not upstairs, but above in the thing
Mhm.
when he goes in there. Now, do you think that is going to come back to bite him?
I felt like it was. I felt like he was being a little sloppy here, but again, he's, I guess a little rusty. It's been a minute.
Right, right. But I think Dexter, what we do know about Dexter is that he is very intelligent. He may be a little rusty, but I feel
Mhm.
like he really, when he has to recover or, kind of recover from a fumble, he is very well able to do that.
Yeah.
Just with his years of expertise and his training and stuff like that. But, just keep putting pins in it, y'all. Just don't forget about these little key details.
Mhm.
So he got the sorcery book. He has the M weapon. He was like, "Oh, okay, this is how he dismembers and do all the things." He sees the driver's license with the X's on it and the BLOOD, and then he's talking to his father, and his father was like, I think he was just was he trying to talk him out of this? He was like, "This, I've never seen you kind of like go after it like a fervor," but I always felt like he did pursue it. It always was like a hunt, but I think he said something about him being a bait for his prey or whatever. So I think he kind of brought that up as well. So
Yeah, he's switching it up a little bit. Like the last episode we seen that he was kind of turning from the code a little bit, and then you still got Harry, like you said, trying to remind him this is supposed to be all about Harrison. We making a little mistake and we going about it a little bit different where we putting ourselves out there. So you always just have Harry trying to, guide him and get him back on track.
right. So yeah, he has his little talk with him or whatever, and then we see a little bit of the OG crew. The OG crew
Hmm.
is back. So Tamika, tell me a little bit how you got the read on this. I just lumped all of this together. I put Angel
Hmm.
stuff all together where he got the call from um I want to call him Stewie or Dewey from the police department at Iron Lake. But he's basically telling him that we did get a hit on Dexter's vehicle. And he was like, just give me the number. But how do you feel about the OG crew being back? Him saying that he's retiring and all that stuff. How did you feel about it?
Now, see, this came fast. Well, we knew that he was gonna be calling and saying they had found the vehicle in New York, but I didn't have it on my bingo card that he was gonna retire. I'm trying to figure out the angle because I'm like, if you retired and you're not with the force no more, then that means what exactly? Like, you wouldn't really have no authority or no power. Like, are you about to be a
Right.
vigilante? Because we know you still gonna be chasing behind Dexter, and the fact that he didn't tell them any details. He was kind of like, "Oh, y'all find out about it later."
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. I didn't see it going that way. I thought it was going to be something where maybe he was going to be asking the New York cops to work with them, or he still was going to be trying to work that angle as far as being a
Yeah.
cop. So if you retired and then you come into a whole nother city, I'm like, what do we really think we gonna do here? So that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, Tamika, but with him being a retired chief, I think he's able to kind of garner just
Mm-hmm.
off of his just the respect level and his
Mm-hmm.
rank. Even though he's retired and even though you look at it as retired, but I still feel like they still pull rank some kind of way. Like people
Mm-hmm.
still have respect for them, and he's still able to make phone calls and have connections, and he doesn't have to really move the way law enforcement has to move. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I think it could be a little detriment to it, but then as long as he still
Yeah.
has these ties, so we have um what's that guy name? I forget his name. I know
I know
Masuka.
Quinn, but yeah, yeah.
Quinn and
Mm-hmm.
Masuka. So if
Mm-hmm.
they are still in the force, he's able to kind of reach back and
Right.
still have pull the resources that he needs. Then he has the Iron Lake person kind of like in his pocket and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also too, I saw it, I was like, he's sitting up here reminiscing over a picture with Dexter. Like, I think he wants to pursue Dexter. I think he wants to try to prove and see whether or not whatever
Mm-hmm.
how this whole thing, is he guilty, but will he have the guts to turn him in if it is the case? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because he's just reminiscing too much. Like, does he have the guts? Hey, Inga, how you doing, babe? Does he have the guts to turn him in? So we'll see. It's like all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff kind of like, kind of played a part in that stuff. So
Hey, Inga. Yeah.
yes, yes, hit that like button for us and put us in that algorithm, like Moochie would say. Okay. Um. Okay, let's see. So we back at Blessing's place, and he has the starter kit. This is the your rider starter kit. So he's like, you have to anticipate the needs. You got to do this. You got to do that. He got condoms. He got bottles of water. He got car chargers. He got all kinds of stuff, like a basic snacks, a bodega in his bag or whatever. So he gives him that. He gives him
Mm-hmm.
that. And then also too, he gives him a really big hug because he tells him not only that, we kind of, you want to relate to the people. You remember you said that earlier to me. You was like, you kind of have to make conversations with the people. You got to
Mm-hmm.
relate to them. You have to want to engage them and make them want to give you that 5-star rating. And so that is a part of how you do that. And then he told him to have a picture of his son in the car. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the dark passenger always like, oh, who's gonna miss you? So that's like one of the targets. It's one of the things
Right.
that he always brings up or something. And he was like, oh no, well, I lost all of my family pictures in the fire and all this other stuff. He was like, oh no. And he bust out and he gave him a hug. He was like, oh God, hugs. And this brings us to the question that I had earlier. We're going to get into a little bit of theory time, y'all, because I think that all of this closeness and the way he's getting this camaraderie with this family, I mean, he's bonding with the daughter. He's bonding, of course, with Blessings, because Blessings just love Dexter. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why, but he just does. You know what I'm saying? He just does. But is this are they playing this up? Are they setting this up to be some type of collateral damage where I think the bigger players, when we start talking about Peter Dinklage
Mm-hmm.
introducing, people that a person loves is always kind of like a target, and you kind of have to be very, very leery of, having people that you care about
Mm-hmm.
around and stuff like that. So you think, are we gonna be smoking on a pack for one of the people in the Blessings family?
I think so. I ain't gonna lie. Last week I felt like, damn, Blessings is really extra, extra nice. I'm like, is it more to his story? Is it gonna be some stuff we gonna find out about him? Because he just seemed really super, super friendly. But I'm also looking at it the other way, like, he feels like Dexter's coming here to New York by himself, even when he stops by for the dinner. It's like, oh, so you're an immigrant like us, even though technically he not. But you in a new place, you don't have no family. You saying you lost all your stuff in the fire. I think he just really, feels like he kind of have a connection with him with that, and he's trying to look out for him. And I definitely see it as something happens to one of them, and then Dexter really go turn the hell up because he's gonna be pissed off because it's like they so nice to me and they treated me so good. Yeah,
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 definitely
and
see
then
that.
he's gonna have some guilt. He's gonna have some whatever happens,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's definitely gonna turn up on that. So I believe that's what we're gonna be looking at. And I ended up having to put this here and just put this theory time here, but this is a very important scene that I don't want y'all to forget about, because at this point in time, Blessings went down because he's a groundskeeper, a landlord, or whatever, and he wants to, there's an infestation of rats in New York City. I mean, it just is what it is. And so you have to take the proper precautions. And since we know that that man is a decapitator, um, Dexter was looking at that piece of metal like that is perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
so he ended up like we didn't see this right away, but this is exactly what played into what saved his life later on down the line when we get
Mm-hmm.
into the car with the dark passenger. So yeah, so how did you think about that? Did you see the wheels spinning? Because we never seen him ask for it. We don't know if he just went to the hardware shop and bought some.
Yeah, because he was paying attention to everything. Dexter eyes was locked in.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering about that. So I was like, well, let's just go ahead and put a pin in that or whatever. I was like, okay, smart, smart man, Dexter. I'm glad he did that. Sorry for all these pictures, y'all. I be OC on these damn pictures. Sorry about it. I just got get them in there. So the investigator is doing her job. She is investigating. They are sitting up here. They're recreating the steps and the tracks and stuff like that. Like I said, I like to show and not tell. We like to just talk about some things. Hey Tim, how you doing? Oh hey Shayna, I didn't even see y'all. Hey Miss T. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming on in the building. Make sure you are liking up the video when you come in. It is a free and easy way to support this channel. We're talking about Dexter Resurrection. Appreciate you all for being here and chat amongst yourselves in the chat as we get through discussing some of the things. I know a lot of people are here for Moochie. Moochie will be here. Don't you worry, she will be here before we get through all of the things. Okay. And even if she gets here and we did get through the things, we're going to get her opinion on everything. Okay. So don't go nowhere. Okay. So we're sitting here and we're seeing everything play out. She's retracing the steps. She's going looking through the clues, how this could have happened, how this could have happened. And exactly the way she is playing it out in her head is exactly how Harrison did the crime. Okay, so as we're looking at it, she right on the money. She right on the money. But luckily, his father Dexter was there first. As soon as she went down in that kitchen area, she saw that the elevator chute. There's no security key. There's no badging. There's no nothing. So anybody could get in there. So like
Mm-hmm.
you said, it could be circumstantial. You're not badging yourself in and out, so you can't really ID it to
Right.
anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so all of that stuff is circumstantial. So unless Harrison told on himself, he
Mm-hmm.
was definitely in the clear. Yes, they had a good they had a good read on everything. They did. They
They
did.
did.
They
Mm-hmm.
did. But if he didn't incriminate himself, then he was good to go because all of it was circumstantial.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely went through all the steps just like Dexter and picked up on everything fast. That's why I was like, damn, we moving real fast with this. Like, she ain't wasting no time. She definitely, and it was funny too, because I'm not too sure if that's just supposed to be the manager or the owner of the hotel, but every time she talks about how clean it is or, oh, y'all don't have nobody to do this, he keep being like, girl, what are you complaining about? That's good. And, he just want this to be over. Like, what are you talking about? But how, she was
Yes,
able to see the table, and then she even, because I think once she saw the bag, but it was like it's tied a different way. And when they
right.
got outside, the bird poop was all over. She's like, you may want to get something so that doesn't happen, because at this point, like you said, it just looks like anybody could have walked in and out. Like, yeah, okay, it could
Exactly.
possibly be somebody that worked here, but it also could have just been a guest or just somebody off the street. So
Hmm.
we still can't fully prove. Yeah,
Right. Yes, Mrs. T. This cop is
yeah, she's
smart,
very
smart.
smart.
She's very smart. Now, which brings me to another question now. Smart for what reasons? Like how Dexter is smart, but he's smart because of a way because he has to be. You know what I'm saying? He has to be smart. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's been doing this for years and years and years. He has to be smart like that. Do you think this is that she has like these little ticks where she has to wear music, wear these
Right.
headphones?
Mm-hmm.
She gets in some type of zone or something like that. It
Mm-hmm.
feels very Harrison does the same thing. Harrison puts his earbuds in and he gets to doing the work or whatever. So, do you think that she has a dark passenger? Do you think
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering does she have it herself or did she have somebody close, a family member or somebody that has it, and that's why she thinks the way that they think? Because I think it's very interesting that they showing us that, and I don't feel like they ain't showing that for no
Not for
reason.
nothing.
Yeah,
Right, right. And then also too, this guy, Peter Dinklage character is very, very well at the top of the food chain.
right.
Now, do you think they could be working together in some type of way? Could she be one of the ones that is identifying these people for Peter Dinklage character? Like, we gotta learn.
That's definitely a possibility because that was one of our biggest questions is how do they know the people
Exactly.
that do these things and where to find them and all of that. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So I think she may be kind of like she might be a double agent, y'all. You heard it here first. Like, I don't know, it's a theory, but she could be kind of like a double agent, someone that works that is, what I'm saying. Same thing how Dexter was working in that he was kind of like a double agent, like he was doing the unaliving, and then he was
Mm-hmm.
on the forensics team, so he got to drop on things and stuff like that. But she could be taking this to a whole nother level. We just don't know. So yeah, she could have some tendencies. So it's something to think about. Put a pin in it, y'all. We're gonna talk about it. I can't wait till Moochie get here so we can talk more about it. Okay, so then Dexter gets his acupuncture treatment from the daughter, and he's down in his apartment where she used to do acupuncture at. She notices his wound that his son. Did you see any? It felt like they was trying to put like emphasis on the wound. Did you see anything? Did you notice anything? Or no? I don't think so.
Not
I think.
really. It seemed like it was healing, but he definitely is still getting pain there.
Hmm.
Because he was still supposed to have like a couple of more weeks of therapy left when he left. So
Yes,
it makes sense that he would still be in pain. I can't do that acupuncture, honey.
I
Somebody
did it
treated me
once.
here for my birthday, and I actually got sick after. But I know a lot of people that love, to go get it, and they say it's a big help.
Oh wow, yeah, it did. Actually, I did it for fertility treatments, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how I ended up getting pregnant with my
Oh
son.
wow,
Yeah,
okay.
I did it around. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't ideal for me because where I went, I might as well been in the New York where it was real. It was so loud and so busy, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't quiet my mind. And I'm just like, I can't relax. I'm like, it's too much noise. It was just a mess, but it worked. He's here.
Mm-hmm.
He's here. So yeah, so here we go again. Where Dexter sees his son again. He noticed that he likes this girl. So I think this is
Mm-hmm.
definitely a potential love interest. Like it still feels platonic, but it feels
Yeah.
like she would be open to it if he would
Mm-hmm.
advance. But he's not like that type of person. Like, he just likes her company, and he's still making excuses of why he shouldn't kind of.
Yeah, he definitely giving a lot of excuses. He like, oh, he got somebody good. That's what he needs. But therefore, if he have her, then he don't need me. And we do have to take into account the fact that he thinks he took him out. So I get that part of it. But you might want to put a move on it, Dexter.
Right, right. He having a little too much fun. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I love dry needling. It saved me after an accident.
Oh
Wow, Miss
wow,
T.
okay.
Yeah, I heard it's really good. Like
Yeah,
I said,
I have a girlfriend that loves it. I mean, she go get it all the time. So I think
yeah,
everybody experience is different.
yeah. I think if I had a need to do it, like maybe I don't know, maybe if I would look at it again, but I would definitely make sure I go to a suburb to get it done and not
Yeah.
in the city. So yeah, so we get it. I'm sorry we are moving through this episode so fast. I don't know when Moochie is coming. She is coming, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, if she doesn't make it for this, then we'll make sure we'll do trailer the trailer breakdown for episode 4, so we can get some of some of her thoughts, and
Hmm.
then we'll try to break down trailer number 4. So we see them talking in the diner and stuff like that. And like I said, there's some flirtation here, and I forget what was this you remember what this conversation is? This is definitely giving Harrison's new love interest. Okay. That's what I put.
I felt like,
It was something that made him uncomfortable, that made him jump up from the table.
yeah, like I don't know. He's still kind of awkward with her. Like at the same time, they seem like they have this friendship, and he automatically, anytime she says something, is like, oh, okay, well, I could get ready to get out of here. But then she says, well, do you want to come back to the house and watch? I forgot what they was gonna watch. It was a reality show, but I can't think of which one it was.
Right.
And it was like, okay. And then as soon as she was saying it was getting late, once he got there, he was ready to jump up again. And she was like, well, you could just sleep on the couch. And then it's like, oh, okay,
Right.
great.
Invitation after
Yeah.
invitation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when they were in the diner, he was saying that he kind of felt, I think they was talking about the police presence and what happened with the patron, the person that he had unalived or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
he got real antsy about it. He was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
let me just get up," and
Mhm.
she just tried to, like, comfort
Yeah.
him and soothe him and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think that's what that was. So yeah, and so, oh my goodness, now he started talking about how long were you with your son's father? Child, we find out that she done had a one night stand that resulted in her little monster, and she loved him because it's her little monster.
Mhm.
And he just loved it. Like he just, his smile, his face just lit up because
Right.
he probably feel like that too. And then he probably misses his mom,
Mhm.
all of those things. Like all of those things, I feel like this is definitely a new love interest that we're gonna be exploring with Harrison. And I think it's cute. I think it reminds me of Dexter and what was her, not Lala, because I felt like Lala was the crazy girl.
Yeah, Lala was the crazy one.
What was his what
What
was
was her
Harrison's
name?
mother name? I forget her name.
I can't even think of her name, and I
Miss
know we were
T.
saying it the last time we was up here.
Right, Miss T. Do you know her name? Harrison's mom name. I can't. Rita.
Rita, yeah.
Rita. Yeah, so I think it reminds me of how Dexter and Rita kind of got together. It
Yes.
kind of like it like very innocent, like it kind of like she like him, and and he
Mhm.
likes her too, but he's just real coy about it. Oh, Moochie's here, y'all. Oh, hold on, let me see. I gotta get her up here a different way. Hold on here.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Moochie.
Hey, Moochie.
I'm sorry I'm so late.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
We're actually almost
I
done.
had to come down the street.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Your audience is here and waiting for you, so we're gonna go ahead and get
Oh, we
into.
all here. Y'all told them I was coming, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, without further ado, they are waiting with bated breath to see what you thought about the episode. We think that the episode is cooking with grease. So, let me
Yes.
know how you feel.
This episode was good because now you got two people on the prowl, and then he chasing other people, and he trying to keep track of his son, and then he talking to his dad. It's a lot of excitement with it, man.
Yes, yes.
A lot of like he learning new things too, Dexter. Because look, he didn't even know about the background check. I don't
Right.
even know if y'all talked about that.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
so
it.
it's just like, yo, he was like,
Yeah.
well, let me see what they looking for. So then he used it to get his next person. Because
Exactly.
remember, that guy was almost impossible to photograph because he had that stuff. But I think Dexter he probably gonna use something like that next too.
Of course.
I can see him
Absolutely.
doing that.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about what do you think about, because me and Tamika, we were talking about the closeness of Blessings. Do you think he's gonna end up being him or someone in his family gonna be collateral damage? We did a little theory time, little predictions. Do you think
With the people he's staying with?
yeah, the people that he's staying with, do you think in the future, like some of those, like the Peter Dinklage character, do you think they'll end up being, because they're getting really close really, really fast. And so, all the time, when you're dealing with like some criminal activity, the people that are closest to you, and they could be innocent. Most of the time, they are innocent. But
I
do
think
you
he's
think
gonna
they
try
could?
to distance himself because he already seeing too much things where they're
Oh,
gonna be monitoring his coming and going.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
taking mental note of a lot of things, y'all.
yeah, yeah. You
Because
you saw him
he's been
talking to the
away
ring
from the scene
camera.
for a while since he was upstate with them people, and that was a small town.
Mhm.
Cameras and stuff. He not used to all of that now.
Right, right,
Learn how to navigate through that, and he's learning. You see how he's spotting, he's taking mental notes of everything, so how he knows how to react, behave when he's on the prowl after people.
right. And me and Tamika, we brought up that there are cameras, and they are making sure that we see these. They are pointing to every camera. They talking about every camera in the hotel. They going to. I mean, the ring camera. There is no shortage of cameras in this, and they keep on bringing it up for a reason. So I think that we need to, like put a pin in that for future. Like he might get hemmed up because of all these cameras that he may be unaware of, or something like that.
Okay, I know. I think it's the son I'm worried about getting hemmed up, but he's smart too though,
Right.
because I don't know how far y'all got. So did y'all get to where he got questioned already?
Yes, yeah, we talked about it, and we talked about what I thought. I asked Tamika, like, I was surprised that the detective put all her cards on the table. Like, she showed her whole hand. Like, she pretty much mapped out everything that Harrison did. Do you think that she's underestimating Harrison, or do she?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely. But he's a step ahead of her, even though he don't know about that stain that his father got rid of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's still ahead of he's still ahead of her, but he don't realize it. And I
Right.
hope he doesn't get cocky thinking that he got away with all of this on his own, where he tend to act out again. But he
Right.
wasn't. This was something that it just happened and fell into his lap.
Right. That is true. And the fact that Dexter was there, because you remember the detective when she was there looking for that, when she was there looking for like any splatter, and when
Mm-hmm.
she was retracing the steps, and she looked right up in that spot, and but Dexter had
Mm-hmm.
already got it. I said,
Mm-hmm.
Harrison, your father got you, and you don't even know he got you. He got you. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know
So,
this: how many episodes y'all think it's gonna take for them to
see each other, meet each other for the
yeah,
first
to
time.
be face to face? Because he only thinks he saw his father.
Right. I want to say episode 6. I think they're gonna draw it out a little bit,
You
because
saying
I
six?
think we're getting ready to get into the Peter Dinklage of it all. So that
Yeah, I think we about to have episode 4. I think it's gonna be like 5 or 6. And to be honest with you, I wish we would move it along because I believe that Batista's about to have a conversation with Harrison. And so does he tell him that Dexter's still alive? That means that he would blow it up before Dexter even get to talk to him. I don't know which way they're gonna go with it, but I'm
right.
like, Dexter, you moving too slow. You doing too much of this other stuff at this point.
Yeah, he was focused too much on this person that stole his doggone name.
Right. Girl, like a dog with a bone, girl. He was on
Mm-hmm.
it. He was on it. Okay. So, yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about? I think I kind of did the
I
big
like the
part.
cop though. But I
Oh,
don't know. She might not make it out of this if she get too close. You know how
okay.
he does.
Okay. Well, let me give you something to think about. Me and Tamika was sitting up here talking about whether or not um she thinks very much like a S unaliver.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that she could be like the inside person on the force that is the bridge to Peter Dinklage character? Because I don't think Peter Dinklage is like that type of person. Like he's not that person. I think he wants to collect the trophies. Like he has people, like he seek out these people to do these things, but I think he just collects the items. So it's like one of those things like what do you think that do you think she could be in connection with him, or do you think that she's just like a little odd because she's a little too good for me? So how do you feel about that whole
She's
theory?
too good to where it's scary. Cause she's good like
Exactly.
Dexter.
Okay.
I think
Most
Dexter gonna start looking her up too.
yes, yes, because he already they were saying the same thing in the hotel room when they was talking about that whole oxygen bleach and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So he definitely knows that she is on the case and she's a good cop and he needs to keep his eye on her.
Yeah,
So
he was in the room overhearing her how she worked.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we are on. Y'all let me know, Miss T, if there's anything that you want Moochie in particular to talk about. I'll double back and get her opinion on it. But I think those are the main points that I wanted to talk to her about.
I like the girl that he works with, his co-worker,
Hmm.
with Harrison.
Yeah,
I like how she
she be looking
covered
out for
for
him.
him
Yeah, she be
because
looking
she
out
said
for
she
him.
don't think he's capable or something like that.
Yeah,
But
she's
how
like he's
wrong
a
she
good
really
guy.
is.
Yeah, she said I don't mess with a-holes.
Hmm.
I was like, yes, yes, yes. So do y'all think they're gonna keep her secret for her? Because I don't think that they dropped the dime on her yet, but
They
will
not
will
they
they
not
use
gonna drop
it as leverage?
they not gonna drop dime on her because they still they don't think it's Harrison now, but she's not sure. She don't want to put him in the clear yet
Okay. Okay.
because the girl, she can't remember anything anyway because she was roofie.
Right. That is true.
She's like everything's cloudy to her still.
Yeah, yeah. And she looked like she had a lot of guilt and a lot of shame about what happened to her that
So
night.
she
So I
not gonna
don't think
say
she can be
nothing.
no good. Right, right. Absolutely. So what did you think about Uma? Well, let me stop calling her Uma Thurman. Her name is Charlie in the show. So Charlie is in here getting this dinner together. This is like the Suicide Squad of the unalivers. So where it's invitation only, all of this stuff. So this invitation that we'll talk about a little bit later, that we'll get to when we get to the Dark Passenger and him blurting out everything. But she's setting up this dinner for Peter Dinklage. I forget, is his name supposed to be Leon in the show? I think his name is supposed to be Leon.
Oh, I gotta look it up.
I'm not quite sure, but let's just keep it Peter Dinklage because you know it's a little short man. But we have we haven't seen him
Shoot, I
yet,
almost called him Tyrion.
right? So yeah, so she is, and she is very hard. She's a very stern person. We already saw that how she unalived the other guy when he grabbed her by the shoulder. So we know she ain't nobody to play with. You know what I'm saying? So how did you think about this particular scene? You know, like it's another badass scene for me with her. Don't mess with her. And yeah. Anything else you picked up on, Tamika?
No, yeah, she just seems like she does all the organizing. She goes out there, to do his work. That's his, I guess, second in command. She get everything together. We see in how they gonna be sitting at the table. I'm just really interested to start, meeting them and what their
Right.
names are and what they do and seeing how all of that's gonna flow. Yeah, his name is Leon.
Okay.
I was just getting ready to say it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
His
Yeah.
name is Leon, and Uma Thurman's character is Charlie.
Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Got her. But I heard that there's some other celebrity, the other people on the S squad, they are celebrities, but I didn't recognize any of their names. I probably could go through their filmography and stuff like that, but I didn't recognize the only two big names that I really recognized was Uma Thurman and Peter Dinklage. So
Yeah, you
The
also
guy from The
have
Sopranos that played Bobby is on there.
Neil Patrick Harris, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested in seeing how he going. What kind of taker outer is he?
Right.
Because I know they all have their specialties. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll get into it. I can't wait. I'm like sitting here like this, just waiting. So, of course, like I said, They broke it down to him. They told him that we have scrubbed all of the hotel footage, and we realized that you never left the hotel that night. You showed up the next day at 4:15. It was either AM or PM, and that
Mhm.
mean you never left the hotel. And baby, when I tell you, he looked like he was about to just upchuck everything he just ate at that diner. He was sick. And then at the end, he was like, I have a confession to make. I was like, I was so scared, y'all.
I
When
didn't think he was gonna tell because
I,
remember she was saying you could stay here tonight because blah 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 room is. So I remember him going in there, but at first I thought he was really with the girl that night when
right,
he said it.
Mm,
Because remember
mm.
he did spend the night there.
right. Because we know and everything that he says checks out because it is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he does. But I mean, he wasn't doing too much sleeping that night. However,
Mhm. Yeah, because
but
we even seen him go hang out with that guy, that does the
oh
things with the
yeah,
cars.
because
But
Yeah,
the
he
the
was with
valet.
fact that
him.
the fact that he was like, "Oh, I met up with this girl, but I don't know her name," and then they was like, "Well, you gonna have to come back with the name because we need to check your alibi." But it's almost like he tell little half truths and he get nervous. So that's why I felt like the only way she can really know exact, even though she's on the money with it, is if he slips up
Slips
and
up.
says something wrong, or if they catch him with that watch. I think that's the only other thing that would kind of tie
Okay.
him in. But he probably could explain that too, because
That,
he already was saying that he was going to pick up stuff for him. Sometimes he would ask him to do different things. So,
right. That's what
and
when you brought up the watch. I'm sorry to cut you off.
uh-huh.
I didn't think I was like, well, that seemed like a part of his normal duty that he would,
Mm-hmm.
go take the watch to get repaired, and then he had to pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
yes.
I thought it would. I was like, oh, so tell me more about the watch. Was it something else that I was missing?
No,
So
I feel like he can explain it away, but it's just the way she on him with everything, it's like, and even the way she said it looks like, you know, if you did this, you was just trying to help and you stopped him in the midst of this because he had drugs. So they was kind of giving him an out where it's like, we don't think you just came and did this for the hell of it. But of course, it looks crazy that the damn body got chopped up afterwards. But she even knew that it had to be where, somebody was trying to help her, but
right.
he didn't fall for it. He definitely held on.
He did good. He did good.
I'm glad he was just like, I did sleep in one of the vacant rooms.
Exactly. I was like, oh, Harrison, perfect, perfect. Because I thought she was getting ready to clip him up. Honestly, I don't
I
know
don't think
why.
she's gonna tell the boss either that.
Good. I hope not. That's what Tamika was saying. She didn't think so either. That's what I was like, she might use it. She might keep it because, like I said, she laid all her cards out. So I feel like she got to keep something in the back pocket. You gotta have
Yeah,
something,
because I wasn't expecting her to come with everything so fast like that. So I'm like, you got to keep something to
right?
yourself.
Right.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Okay. So they go and interrogate her, right? I forget what it's saying. His confession leads to her getting questioned. Okay. So yeah, also too, she confronted him about the whole thing, saying that they came and asked me, and she was like, I can get in trouble, I can get in serious trouble. Like, she's a single mother. Like, she worked really hard to get where she at, and she can't really afford to kind of get clipped up and messed up in any mess with him. So, she just kind of like, told him she was being vulnerable, and she was just like, I hope you ain't got me in no mess, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Let's see. All right, so it's time. So he is going out and against his father's advice. His father told him, don't be the bait. He wants to be the bait. He's going out there. He has all his snacks and his Uber, his U share or you are share or whatever. And I think was this the person who was originally supposed to get the Uber, and he was trying to like do a distraction, like I'm here to pick somebody up. She scared the shit out of him, and he
Yeah.
he dropped the damn needle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. She was thinking it was her Uber, but it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was hers. She was like, my Uber was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. And then next thing you know, this nigga done jumped in the car and got in, and he's kind of like, he's still off kilter because he still wasn't able to reach the needle. So he's
Yeah.
like sitting out there like a sitting duck. Lo and behold, he did put a turtleneck on. I didn't realize why he had put the turtleneck on, but we saw earlier in the show that he ended up getting some of that stuff that they put around the pipes so that the rats wouldn't get into the thing. So underneath his turtleneck, he had something to prevent the whole, the
Strangulation thing from happening.
Yes. I said, oh my God, that was so genius. I was like, I'm glad they didn't really show it. They just kind of.
He noticed he picked all of that up from just talking to the guy that got away.
Blessings. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the way he got away too, how he did the whole put the seat back, and then he had to hurry up and get the needle, and this was good. This was good. However, I need to know, did y'all think that this storyline was going to end in this episode? Did y'all think it was going to end that fast?
Once he did the background check, I did.
Okay.
Because he just wanted to make confirmation.
Okay.
Remember, he wasn't sure because remember he stood out there for a long time waiting to see who it was.
Mm-hmm.
And first it was the lady that came out with the hoodie and the knapsack. It was like a couple of people, and then he was like, "Okay, I think this one's my guy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt like they moved things along fast in this episode with the cop, with Batista and him freaking retiring and on his mission. I wasn't initially expecting it to be that fast, but I knew that Dexter was definitely going to go do his investigative work and wasn't going to waste no time once this guy was on his radar. And he knew that he was using his name like it was a one-track mind, where that was concerned. But I was like, yo, they really, okay, yeah, and then so in episode 3, they ain't wasting no time.
Right. That's for damn sure. They are not wasting no time. I knew that they couldn't go in too many different directions. I still like that they still included this because we got to see Dexter come back.
Yeah.
The real return of OG Dexter that we were kind of missing from New Blood. And so we kind of got the OG Dexter coming back in this episode. And so I think that was just the purpose that person served.
Right.
We had a little bit of humor, how he was, mad about the whole dark passenger.
Right.
Baby, when I tell you he was hot as fish grease and somebody had his daggone name, I thought that was funny. I just liked the humor that they kind of played into that whole thing, and I'm glad that they kind of, because I really want to focus on this S Squad, with Peter Dinklage, and then we got to focus on Harrison's storyline too. So we don't want to do, and then we still got Angel in the background, so we don't want to do too much because we want to be able to wrap up the storylines whereas we're not missing a lot of stuff and we're feeling unfulfilled and unsatisfied by the time we get to the season finale. So yeah, so he gets in there, he ends up getting a drop on him. He pulls up the plastic, so he goes back to, because he cannot pay, even though his apartment is prime for the picking for the KILL room. He went back to the dark passenger's house because of course it was no security camera. He kept on saying that. He was saying it's plain, it's perfect, and he said that earlier, so we knew he was going to bring him back there. So he's back at his home, and then he dropped a dime on him because so Tamika, please tell me this raggedy excuse that this man had for his motivations of becoming the dark passenger, targeting your care Uber drivers. What?
I didn't really get it. That was flimsy excuse to me because Dexter was like, okay, you still taking out innocent people like they didn't do.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I was so mad. I was like, what the hell? What kind of excuse was that? Because you remember I was saying that I thought that he was targeting black and brown people because
Right.
when they showed the people in the newspaper, it
It
was
was
Mhm.
more
all that.
so right. But he got in there and jumped in there on Dexter real fast. So I was like, oh well, maybe I stand corrected. I
Mhm.
don't know. Because he sure did go after Dexter with no problems at all.
He sure did.
Hmm.
So he gets in there like I thought that was a flimsy excuse. He said his father was something, and I guess he owned like maybe the cab driving company or
Oh, it
something
was
like.
Mhm.
because of the medallions. I'll explain it to y'all.
Okay, do
Because
it.
a lot back when Uber took over, a lot of people that drive the yellow taxis, they had to pay a
Mm-hmm.
lot for those hack license,
Mm.
and they were going into debt. It's like almost having a house with
Oh,
those payments. Usually
yeah.
it'd be like a couple of them usually chip in and do that. But
Mm.
now since they did Uber, it basically uh canceled out their license, kind of, so to say,
Okay.
because it's so many people driving Uber and Lyft now. A lot
It
of
is.
them was basically taking themselves out because of how much debt they were in.
Oh
It
man.
was a big article on it where a lot of them end up really taking themselves out and harming themselves because of how much
Oh
debt they
wow.
was in
No,
because
I
of the hack
understood what
license.
he was saying, but I still thought it was a weak excuse. Like that's not the other people's fault that now, people are using the Ubers and Lyfts and whatever other things. That's why Dexter was like, "What the hell? They didn't do that to your father personally. Like you still taking out innocent
Exactly.
people."
No, but I agree with you too. But
Yeah.
that's what was really happening.
Mhm. No, I
That
know.
was like a big
Yeah.
that was a big story in the paper.
It's
And
not as much taxis as it used to be. And the funny thing was, at one time, just side note, it was like the Ubers and stuff would be cheaper than the cabs. But now, baby, shoot,
it's
them
the
damn
same
prices is
now.
high as hell. I'll be trying to get the regular damn cab now.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's definitely true.
They
Okay.
got
Hmm.
rid of
Thank you,
cab
Mookie,
stands and all of that.
Hmm.
for that gym because I didn't realize that. I mean,
That
I
was a
knew
Hmm.
that.
fun fact, y'all.
Yeah, they put a lot of
Yeah.
them out of business. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. Whenever the same thing like how the record labels and streaming,
Hmm.
whenever something new comes in, it does cause a
Right.
threat to the old,
Hmm.
regime. So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, Uber surge prices
Shoot, who you
definitely high.
telling, P. Bronson?
Child, and then you remember during the pandemic they were surcharging because of the whole the
Mm-hmm.
gas surge and all that stuff. It was
Exactly.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So we see him get in there. He explains to him. He wakes him up, explains to him what he's doing there. He gives him the weak excuse because he was saying basically like these people are innocent. Like they just out here
Mm-hmm.
trying to make a living just like everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You can't kind of fault them for that. And then that sick and twisted thing about like maybe because maybe because he thinks that nobody cared about his father, like
Right.
who do you think is going to be missing you or something like that, like,
Yeah.
so maybe that's that whole
Mm-hmm.
correlation with that or whatever. But it was a mess. But he ended up spilling the beans about the invitation, the
Mm-hmm.
cash, all of the things. And Dexter was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like he don't want
Yeah, that
it.
part had me cracking up because he was like, "So you the one that left the invitation?" He was like, "If you want to take the money, you can." And Dexter like, "I ain't here for neither one of those things." And what invitation are you talking about? So
Right.
it was funny when he was like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Dexter, and you stole my name. I'm the dog person."
Boy, I tell you,
Oh
he pissed
Lord.
about that name, boy. I tell
Mm-mm-mm.
you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so then we see him doing his infamous thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he got the information. He told him that the money was in his book bag. He didn't even want it. And so he read the invitation and he said like-minded minds and all this stuff. And so he's just sitting up there and he's going through the invitation again. And he's like, So he goes. Now, y'all, I found this to be very convenient that he done found somewhere to cremate these bodies.
Yeah, I wanted to know how he was going to get rid of them because we know in the OG one, he would just go and dump the bodies out in the water. And I'm like, he ain't got no boat, in no area like out in Miami to just be going on the boat. So I was wondering what he going to do. And he said, throw him in the fire.
Yeah, shout out to Inga.
Yes,
Throw him,
H, right.
throw him in the fire. Right, mad about a name nobody else knows about. Nobody. He
Exactly.
talking about I should have trademarked it. I said, Dexter, I'm gonna need you to let it go. Oh my god. Technically, Dexter stole the name from the lady at the anonymous class. Oh, I don't remember that. P. Brosnan. You remember that? He stole that name from the lady at the anonymous class. I feel like he always he did that in OG.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't remember that. For
Yeah, I didn't remember that either.
I didn't remember that.
I thought Harry gave him the name, or not necessarily gave him the
Something like
name, but
that.
told him he had a dark passenger.
They were at the coffee shop together. I thought he'd been calling himself that for a long time, like from the OG Power. I mean, Power, Lord Jesus. The OG Dexter. But, y'all, so like I said, we have these conveniences and you got to kind of forgive me. We're just going to go with it. So he found this place. He said, he's looking for places that the police rarely go to, that the Uber cars get a lot of traffic to and stuff like that. He said he scoped it out. That's what he said, but we ain't never seen him do it. But here we are. We're here. He goes in here and then he reads after he throws the body parts into the cremation thing. Child, he read the invitation again, talk about thumbprint required. He had to go in the furnace and get the bag with the hand in it and cut the man's thumb off. I said, you have got to be kidding me. It was so funny to me. I was just like, this is a mess. This is a mess. But this is the stuff that OG Dexter had that New Blood didn't have. And somewhat Original Sin, because it was a prequel, it didn't really have. Like, this was the stuff that kind of Dexter kind of turned into, like, the adult Dexter that we saw in OG Dexter. Him being funny like this, him having his little weird, quirky sense of humor and stuff like that. This is what I felt like the other one was missing. And I love that we're getting, like, little touches of humor. And dark humor, of course, but humor nonetheless in this episode. So that's it, y'all.
Do y'all think that he gonna take that guy apartment because it has no cameras and all of that?
Yes.
I think that's gonna be his place, y'all.
Yes.
That's the first thing I thought about when he said it was no cameras and all of that stuff. And now his homeboy got those cameras in front of his house. So that's how I know he not gonna do nothing there. He gonna come there, but he not gonna stay there that long.
Okay. Miss T said, how realistic for New York is Dexter's new That's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna have to forgive a few things because we gotta make the story.
Right now, it's okay. As long as you don't go on the subway. Because that, you don't know, that's like playing Russian roulette. Right. He might end up getting taken out behind that.
Yeah, that's hot. Definitely don't do that. All right, y'all. So that is the episode, y'all. Like I said, I enjoyed it immensely. If y'all was to give it a scale between 1 and 10, what would you give it? I'm not going to rate it too high because we did get some things, but at the end of the day, I feel like we are going to get something greater. So I don't
give it an 8.
I was going to give it a 7.5.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay. Cool. So that's our rating, y'all. Y'all let us know what your rating is. He's the Vaughn. You think that Peter Dinklage is the real bad guy? I want to know how bad he is. I just feel like he
Right.
just might be powerful. I think he might just. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think he just pushes his money around. Like he uses his money as his power. I don't know how bad he is. I think he probably lives vicariously through these people. I don't know if he's like that type of person. That's just me. We ain't never met him. That's just
Yeah, I gotta see what he gonna be doing. It could be a mixture where he's a really bad guy and he has the power. It's probably like a whole network of them. I forgot what we was watching before. It was Cross and something else where they have like a network and people are paying, and then you got the people that's active in it. So and then how does he find them? How does he know these different people that do these things? I want to know about all of that
yeah,
because it's very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
And where does Dexter fit into this now? Because now he's going to be pretending to be that guy. What is he going in here exactly to do? Is he going to be taking them out one by one, or is he going to be joining in like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I got a whole bunch of people that's,
Yes.
taking out people. And how long, like, does that expose him? Because eventually I would think they're going to find out that he's not really who he's pretending to be. So I got so many questions. I want to see how it's all going to play out, and when the hell he gonna get the damn cat Harrison. I'm stuck between
Right.
episode 5 and 6 for that. I don't
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
saying either 5 or 6?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see 6, like Nita
yeah.
said,
Because
because
how many episodes is it all together? I'm not
I
even
think it's
sure.
only 10. I think it's
Okay, okay.
all the rest of them been 10 episodes.
Yeah, so I think like
I feel like
midway.
he taking too long to meet up to connect with his son though.
Yeah, I feel the same way,
Uh,
Mookie.
yeah, I think it's gonna happen like right at the last minute. It's gonna be like I don't know. It's like something is going. He's gonna save him just in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be like his redemption for Harrison for him because he still has these hard feelings for his father.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe he'll get there and save him just in the nick of time. Or, maybe how kids are spoiled brats at times. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe maybe Harrison will have a damn problem. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know how he go.
Yeah, we really don't. So that's the whole that's what makes it interesting because we don't know how he gonna react. We don't know what Dan Batista about to come and tell him, and if he's gonna give the New York cops any information. So we gotta see how all that's gonna go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Dexter has his code, and well, we don't know what codes they do or don't have. We gotta find out what all of them are about because I believe
It was codes.
for a little bit of what I know about some of them. I don't know all of them. I think one is like the Rapunzel taken out of, so I'm thinking that his have something to do with hair. One is a tattoo collector, so I guess whoever he take out, he takes their tattoo. So I would definitely wouldn't think that person has a code. Somebody else I know was a Gemini taken out, which I think they said that means like he does his in doubles. So what is their reasoning behind it? And then the lady, which I believe that's the one that come from Jessica Jones, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's
Oh,
like
okay.
Lady Vengeance. So I would think maybe men that do something to women, or something along them lines. She
I
goes,
like that.
and I can see Dexter getting, having a little something, something with her. I don't know, but I'm gonna just put that out there. But I definitely think he would probably go after the tattoo person. Like I could see him taking some of them out. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, because some of their codes are gonna conflict with his.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
Mhm.
the Uma Thurman character, I forgot her name.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Mhm.
Charlie, she didn't want them to take souvenirs, and she found out that one of that person was taking
Right,
souvenirs, and
because
so
they
they
have
was
their
like,
rules.
right, we no
Mhm.
longer need you.
Right. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, so this should definitely be interesting. And I think she probably gonna be the one to realize that Dexter's not really who he's pretending to be because she seemed like she be watching everybody like a hawk.
Right, right. Yeah, like I said, I feel like that detective lady. There's a little bit more to her. Like they
Yeah.
treating her real cold, but I feel
Hmm.
like she is like some kind of inside plug. You know what I'm saying? You always need one.
I could see that because the way she thinks like them to me, it would either have to come from a personal experience with that being within her, or maybe like I was mentioning in the beginning, like some type of family member or somebody that she saw that she learned. Because I mean, just a whole method of putting on the headphones and the music and being able to dissect everything and know which way that they're gonna move with it. And that's interesting to me.
And do you think she's connected to that whole circle? Because
It could be, because like I said, I think he have some top people that's inside people too. Because how would he be able to find out this info?
Right.
do you think they're gonna try? Well, that's if Harrison does it again.
Yeah, I could see Harrison coming into play. That's what I don't know, y'all. This is gonna be definitely, interesting. Because either way, like, definitely if they heard Blessing or one of his family members, I could see Dexter going off. And of course, if Harrison comes into play with either them or the cops, Dexter gonna be trying to protect him. So,
right.
Moochie, what did you think about Batista's just retiring now to go there? Because that threw me off. I didn't have that on my bingo card. I don't know if you talked about that or not.
I didn't think he. I figured it's time, but the question is he gonna get called because the car got the ticket?
Yeah.
And is that gonna draw him back in when he doesn't retire?
She said Dexter might find a way to pin something on one of them and save her. Oh, I can see that too, Miss T. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that, Miss T.
Yeah.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah. So has anyone watched trailer 4? Do you want to do the breakdown?
Oh yeah, if you got it.
No, not
no, I'm saying if you got it, yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay. Well, we'll talk backstage and see if we can get a good day and time and see. Even if it's a pre-recorded, it don't have to be live. It's, we can just kind of do it and drop it. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of give a, like, how when you cover, the shows, you want to do what's coming up next, the trailer breakdown. So you remember. So let's get into some things. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing that, y'all. So thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you so much. Miss T, Lemon Kush Pepper, P. Brosnan, Vaughn Joyner, Daria was in the house, Inga was in the house, Shayna was in the house, Mo 69 was in the house. We got Vegas. It was a lot of people in here tonight. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Tim Windsor. So yeah, y'all, Rashawn DeGreer, keep on coming through, and I hope to see you back next Sunday at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I appreciate everybody for coming through, and we'll check you guys next week. Bye, y'all. Bye, kitty cat.
The cat even said bye. The cat was like, "Mommy."
Right.